As of January 2024, we have five gameplay modes in Injustice 2 Mobile. We have the solo raid, we have the league raid, we have the league invasions, which is the latest mode. Then we have arena, which is basically the first mode in the game, and we have the champions arena. Now, these different modes have different dynamics to them, and these different dynamics make it so that we need different kind of teams to basically make progress in this mode. So there are some characters that may not be good in league raids or solo raids, but they will be good in arena and champions arena. Some characters are not good in any game mode, or they are not great in any game mode. Let me use great because they may be good, but they will not be the best, but they are actually the best to use in League Invasions, which is the latest mode. And of course, there are even some artifacts that follow this dynamic as well. That these artifacts are useless in every other mode, but they come in very clutch in the League Invasion mode. So, with that being said, we are starting with Solo Raid, which is the gameplay you already see on the screen. Now, it's quite silly, or I don't, should I say silly or weird of me to use this particular gameplay, but in one aspect you can say yes, it's weird, but in another aspect you can say that this is actually the best thing I should have done, because you can see Beast Boy struggling in this mode. This particular boss in This Is Magic Solo Raid, boss Batman, it cleanses all negative effects on him after like 10 seconds or even less. Like it cleanses it very fast. It doesn't even give you time to build combo and do specials to maintain that. So this boss is like the bane of Beast Boy, is the direct nerf of Beast Boy, but still, Beast Boy was able to one shot this boss. This goes to show you that Beast Boy is the best character in solo raid. But it's not just that, there's a team that makes him work. That there's a team that can make him work in base against basically every boss you're going to fight against in solo raid. You have Black Manta, which gives him reliable two negative effects, which means that once you do Beast Boy Special 1, you've already activated your Zatanna's puppet. And you have, of course, Power Girl, which will allow Beast Boy to do that Special 1 as early as possible. So this is like the best team for Beast Boy against most bosses. I would say most bosses except the random tagging bosses. And the random tagging bosses, you use only Black Manta and Beast Boy, or use only Power Girl and Beast Boy, depending on the passive of that particular boss. So yes, Beast Boy with Black Manta and Power Girl or Dr. Fate is the best for solo raid. For league raid, I think it's quite clear that the GOAT of league raid, basically, how do you know the best team in league race? The team that can one shot from P1 to P3, maybe even up to P4, is the best team in league rates, right? So this team was the OG one shot team, the League of Anarchy team comprising of EPI, Raven, and Zatanna. But of course, at some point, Zatanna's passive was fixed, where damage that she adds to the team is not transferred over to the next phase. But of course, what happened was now that Girl of Steel was able to do that as well, where if you get to a new phase, you just need to do one special from Girl of Steel and you have the full 400% damage boost you get from Girl of Steel Super Girl. So yes, the only thing you would change on this team is to replace Zatanna with Girl of Steel Super Girl and you are set. But this, essentially, this same team is the best team in league grades. This team is able to one shot from P1 to P3. Now you may say, but bro, you posted the video of you one shotting P1 to P3 with Beast Boy. Yes, it is possible for Beast Boy to one shot P1 to P3, but it is not as easy. So that when you have to call the best, it has to be a team that is like it can't be like a team that, like with Beast Boy, I would say maybe one in 3 or 4 times you are going to do P1 to P3. Most times you're going to do P1 to P2. But with League of Anarchy, I would say 2 in 3 times you are going to be able to do P1 to P3 regularly. And 3 over 3 times you are pretty much guaranteed to do P1 to P2. So yes, even though it might appear that yes, Beast Boy is the best in solo raids, his dynamic doesn't really help him in league rates. The reason for that is because on P2 specifically, the boss is able to disable any of your specials. And we know that Beast Boy relies heavily on his special 3. And once that special 3 is locked, then you basically it basically becomes difficult to clear P2. Or sometimes you can clear P2, but you've wasted too much time on P2 that you will not have enough time to clear P3. But the League of Anarchy team, specifically EPI, doesn't have that issue. So uh, definitely the best team that you can use for league raid, without any doubt in my mind, is the League of Anarchy team. Like I said, Zatanna used to be the best to use. So don't think that because you are seeing Zatanna, this is an older gameplay. So don't think because you are using, I'm using Zatanna here, it means you can still use it. I think probably you can, but it's not going to be as effective as using Gale of Steel Super Girl. You probably want to use Zatanna with Mr. Freeze against boss Harambe. Anyways, that's enough of league rates. So in Arena, Arena is quite interesting. With Arena, you have a character that doesn't actually need a team. You can see I have Raiden in a solo fight. Raiden rather, within 6 to 10 seconds can clear most of his opponents in Arena very fast. If I give Raiden a team in Arena, probably I'll give him Dark Side to give to have that bombardment and give him shield. Or yeah, to give him a shield, and of course, I would give him Shazam as well, which will give him 100% attack and which will make me one shot the bosses even faster. So if I were to give him a team, yeah, it would be Raiden, Shazam, Darkseid, or Raiden, Shazam, and any other character that will boost his attack. He maybe even Nightmare Batman. Yeah. So you don't really need a team for Raiden. Raiden is a one-man squad for Arena. For League Invasions, this is 100% the best team. The most guaranteed team for free-to-play players to one-shot in League Invasions is this setup of Blue Beetle, of Brainiac, and of Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd. Everybody on this team serves a very specific purpose that makes them extremely powerful in league invasions. First of all, we'll start with Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd. Whenever you do your basics and any of your basic is a lethal attack, you're going to generate power. Power is very important in this fight because most times the bosses are even going to start with 5 power bars, with 7 power bars. So you need to be able to generate power as quickly as possible. And of course, your Blue Beetle requires that power as well. So this is why Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd is 100% important in league invasions, and particularly on this setup. Next up is Brainiac. Brainiac offers protection for your teammates. Number one, Brainiac gives your team extra health and extra attack. So that's both an attack and defensive boost. Also, Brainiac limits the amount of damage you take on basics. Why is this important? This is specifically important in this fight because the opponent most likely are going to have that modifier or that buff. That means that when they hit you with their basic, they apply a huge amount of dot. But because of your Brainiac, you're not going to take so much dot damage. If you notice at the beginning of the match, my Brainiac was hit. You saw some dots. That dot will be enough to one shot any character in the game in League Invasions. But because of Brainiac, I only take 3%, or is it 3 or even 2% of the actual damage of my health, rather. So the dot can never do more than 2%, or I think it's 2%, yeah, of my character's health at a given time. So which gives you a huge amount of survivability. Of course, combining that with the health you are going to get from Brainiac passive, you see that Brainiac is very important in this match. Apart from that, he's not just protecting you and giving you extra attack and extra health, he's also giving you 100% lethal chance and like a bit like 20% lethal damage too, since I don't stack my special one with Brainiac. So what this means is that Brainiac, your team is going to be doing 100% lethal from the get-go, from the beginning of the match, and going to be generating enough power. Blue Beetle, of course, is here because of two things. His special 2 makes him immune to bombardment, makes him immune to shields and all of that. And his special 1 also gives him change his class so that he will have advantage against the opponent. And in this game mode, advantage is very, very important against the opponent. So yes, that team is the best. Now, finally, for Champions Arena, we are still sticking with Blue Beetle. And I'm going to continue talking about Blue Beetle on this because the advantages you get for League Invasions are very similar to the advantages you need for Champions Arena. You're going to get the protection of Brainiac and, of course, the attack and health boost. You're going to get the power generation passive of Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd. And on Blue Beetle, With Blue Beetle, like I said before, the special 2 gives you protection from basically every form of attack. You are invulnerable to anything except super move. The only thing they can get you with is super move. So you have to be very careful. If you are using twin blade on Blue Beetle, you are going to be able to break shields. You are going to be able to hit the opponent that attacked out, both in League Invasions and in Champions Arena. Is going to work for you very well, but you are going to be exposed to taking super move from the boss. And if you take super move, your Blue Beetle is going to die. But if you're not using twin blade, you can use the Kryptonian regeneration matrix artifact, which will bring you back to life when you take super move. So if you have KROM on your Blue Beetle, or you have a Nora Snow Globe on your Blue Beetle, you don't even have to worry about anything. You are basically invulnerable to anything. Even if they do super move, you're going to survive it. Specifically, if you're using Nora Snow Globe, you're going to be able to survive the multiple super moves because League Invasions give multiple super moves. So yes, Blue Beetle is very important. It's good against Nightmare Batman, is good against Darkseid, is good against Brainiac, is good against Chaos Superman. These are like the heavy hitters in Champions Arena and League Evasions, and is good against every one of them. Combining with Brainiac and Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd, and you are set. You are going to be able to basically defeat every boss in these 2 modes. Anyways, guys, that's about it for the video. If you enjoy my videos, guys, smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.